All right, welcome back, Tsukuba. Definitely high on the list of my favorite tracks. This is a lot of fun to drive. Pretty tricky. If you did Sebring Cup, a lot of the corners here are the same sort of thing. It's very easy to lose the back end. Ride height is up just a little bit. 23. There are some curbs to go over. So yeah, just up a little bit. Damper compression 20, keeping that the same. Brake bias 58%. Again, a lot of off camber, a lot of downhill slopes here. So if you're locking them up too easy, just raise that brake bias. For you, it's a different number, but for me, it's 58%. Spring rates low as they go. Grip here is at a premium. Again, just a lot of off camber corners and things like that. So spring rates low as they go, front and rear. Camber 2.8 on the left. You know my channel, it's asymmetrical. 2.4 on the right. Go with the 2.8 if you want to keep those symmetrical. Um, Toe in 1.4. Lots of heavy braking here. Getting some temp into the tires and improving that braking efficiency. Spring rates again low as they go in the rear. 1.5 camber on the left, 1.3 on the right. Again, the left side's just doing a lot more work than the right, but keep them 1.5 if you want to keep those symmetrical. And toe point 0.2. Yeah, rear temps are getting pretty good at point 0.2 and just helping with the braking a little bit. Ride height 33, so it is up a little bit higher than the front for sure. That is just to increase the rake a little bit, just to give the car a little bit of oversteer, because there are a lot of corners here where your back end is going to want to step out. And because of that, the ARB is 5 mils. So again, with that increase in the rake, it's kind of like an ARB of 7, let's say. So that's just helping rotate the car without having it step out too easy on you. And damper compression is 5, so it's down one click. Um, Coming out of some of these corners, it is easy to spin up the tires. So the damper compression is just turned down just to get the weight transfer back to the rear a little quicker. 13 liters, that will get me to the end. 14 liters if you want to be safe. Gear stack is standard. There certainly is an argument to go with a short stack. Uh, I did try short stack. It is nearly as fast, but I found it is not quite as fast as a standard. It will definitely help you at the start, though, that is for sure. But I am going with a standard. All right, so we'll get into the track guide here. Track is 33 degrees, 35%. We'll do this in slow-mo and then run it out at full speed. So coming into turn one, fourth gear, you can see we're not at the rev limit here, but if you are drafting, you will probably be near it. So looking for this solid fence part here. In my view, when I'm driving, I'm basically alongside it, but in this view, it is just before it. Hard on the brakes, down into second. You'll see a lot of different lines through here. You'll see people doing tighter lines. You'll see people coming way out to the outside here. So just watch out for that. This certainly can be a crashy corner, especially the first lap or two. But basically mid-track, and again, just hard on the brakes, working your way down into first, and then turning in, releasing the brake as you turn in. Otherwise, you will be spinning. And you do not want to get on this curb. This curb is not your friend. And picking up the throttle nice and early, very important. This isn't a big straight coming up, but it is a stretch you can lose some time on if you're not on the throttle early. Unwinding the wheel using all of that track, all of that curb on exit. Watch out if you do get into the sand there, very easy to spin out. So watch out for that. And then just try and straight line it through here. It's not a straight technically, I guess, but basically treat it as one. And then looking for this real worn patch here at the end of this worn patch, getting hard on the brakes. Very hard on the brakes. You do not want to come in here too hot. Down into first, and very important to get into the camber of this corner. Your left wheel, you really want not on the white line, not on the curbs. That is very bad, but basically right up against the white line. Is much of that track as you can, because it really does give you a lot more grip. So look out for that. And then picking up the throttle gently, because it is a lot of steering input there. So picking up the throttle gently, unwinding the wheel. I could have used a little bit more on exit there. And again, watch out if you get onto the sand here or onto the dead grass. Very easy to spin the car out, so watch out for that. And then working your way up into second, leaving it in second, and it really depends on your view. There's a wider patch of dirt here, or dead grass, and that's the one you're looking for. You want to turn in here earlier than you think. Getting onto the brake, or lifting in second gear, and then getting just onto this dirt patch here over top of the curb. It's gonna save you a lot of time to cut this corner, because if you don't cut this corner, it is very easy to run wide. And picking up the throttle nice and early. Now watch the steering input in here. If you don't cut this corner, you're going to be sliding a lot, and you're going to be scrubbing a surprising amount of speed. Even if you cut that corner, if you got it a little wrong and you're a little sideways, watch out. This is a very slippery section of the track for some reason, and you can scrub a lot of speed if you are sliding. Yes, 2/10 easily you can scrub just sliding through this section. So listen to those tires, make sure they are not sliding. If they are sliding, you are going slow. And then basically there's a kind of a wide, the bend in the track here, where the bend gets straight, or the wider patch of the green. Basically looking for that, leaving it in third gear, and then shifting down hard on the brakes, shifting down into first gear. And again, just like that previous real tight corner, you got to get into the camber of this one. It's really going to allow you to carry more speed. And actually, I'll just mention this again. This track, a lot of different lines. You will see people coming up to the top here, and then trying to cut in really sharp. It does give you a little bit more speed into the straightaway for sure, but it is actually slower if you come up way up top here. You're extending the track, you can't carry as much speed, all that stuff, but you're going to see some different lines through this corner, so watch out. Some guy might turn into you if you are on the inside. This can be a bit of a crashy corner. Do not get on the curbs here. These curbs are not your friend, so stay off those curbs. And picking up the throttle nice and early. Yeah, if you run a little wide here, you're not going to spin out. This part isn't too bad, but keep it on track, keep it on the curbs there. And then just straight away, big passing opportunity. And looking for the blue hay bale, or whatever the heck these are. Um, in my view, I'm at the blue is beside me, but in this view, it is just getting on the brakes a little bit before it. But in my view, when I'm racing in VR, I'm alongside it. Just a dab of brakes, shifting down into third gear. Again, you're going to see some different lines here, people coming out really wide. That extends the track, and actually you lose the camber of the track. If you're way on the left, the track is quite flat, it's not cambered anymore, so you can't carry nearly as much speed. So what you're basically looking for, though, is the seam in the pavement here. If you follow this line, that is your friend. And then just managing the speed. You do not want to be sliding here. If you're sliding, you're going slow. And looking for the start of the red and white curb there, you want to turn in once you get up to alongside that, and picking up the throttle nice and early, because this is a big stretch. And do not turn in too early. You do not want to be lifting at this point. And then just running the car, letting the car run out wide. Lots of track here. All of this green stuff is in play. No X's, no nothing. Use all of it for sure. And then that's basically a lap there. 57.6. I think that should be pretty darn competitive. So we'll run this out at full speed. Good luck. I will post this in the forum as soon as I can, and we'll see you guys next time.